Day 8 of the three-legged race to the Áras is already turning into a classic, folks, of Irish political drama. Let's unpack where things stand today. Catherine Connolly, rehabilitation or recklessness? That is the question. But Connolly's big test was handling the story that she hired a staffer convicted of a gun crime and an ex-Gardaí member without Garda clearance. She came out swinging, pardon the pun, with all guns blazing on RTE's Claire Burns, framing it as a story of rehabilitation, a person who did their time, turned their life around, completed a PhD, and flatly denied having any Garda contact or being warned off of the hire. She's painting herself out now to be honest, an independent voice who believes in second chances, not cover-ups. But politically, folks, Catherine Connolly is exposed. Hiring someone convicted of a paramilitary gun offence in Leinster House is always going to raise red flags. Heather Humphreys calling it a very serious issue suggests Fine Gael are out for some small blood. Her insistence that she is proud of giving a woman a second chance will play to her advantage with some voters, especially on the left, but Middle Ireland will view it as naive or poor judgment. It's not clear yet if anyone fed this story to the media, but the timing, folks, early campaign week, suggests a strategic hit on Connolly's campaign. But Catherine Connolly is holding the line. She's under siege, and unless she produces vetting emails, it risks turning into a character question. Big Jim and the drones, the Defence Forces and the denials. Big Jim Gavin's campaign stumbled into two mini-scandals. One, the drone footage shot without permission at two campaign events despite his role in the Irish Aviation Authority. Ironic and sloppy of Big Jim. The second, a photo opportunity with the Chief of Staff of the Defence Forces, later deleted, which smacks of politicising the military. He's doing damage control, folks. Called them mistakes, filed voluntary safety reports, promised it audits and all sorts of bullshit, and invoked that we learn from our errors line. It's a mild headache, folks. It's not fatal unless more emerges. But you're right, folks. The bigger unspoken issue is the alleged affairs. He hasn't denied or addressed them publicly. In Irish politics, silence on personal allegations can be interpreted as avoidance. If there's nothing to hide, he needs to be upfront. Otherwise, it will linger as a whisper campaign poison. I say it again, Jim Gavin. If you have nothing to hide, you need to come out now, because these, but the personal rumours, could become the real drag if not tackled soon. On the other side, we have Heather Humphreys, the prosecutor. Heather's playing the steady hand, using Connolly's story to project law and order credibility without getting dragged into the personal drama. By calling Connolly's hire a serious issue, she positions herself as responsible and tough. She has clearly taken the Fine Gael law and order lane, hoping voters see her as the safe pair of hands. No drama, solid messaging, letting the others trip over their own shoelaces. So apparently, folks, the Russian ships were cruising around Irish waters last week. Maybe they're sightseeing, maybe they're searching or researching, or maybe they're trying to figure out how we get Wi-Fi across half a bog and 3 cows. Let's be honest, folk. When Russian vessels start circling our undersea cables, it's not for the crack. Those lines carry Europe's internet, banking and security systems. You don't need a submarine to see that's serious business. Our defence forces were watching, powered by Barry's tea and pure suspicion. But the real question is, what are they doing here at all? Now, the serious bit. When these Russian vessels were detected off our coastlines inside Ireland's exclusive economic zone, the Defence Force confirmed monitoring them, but the public deserves clear answers. Why are foreign ships with links to intelligence and subsea operations loitering near critical infrastructure, our undersea internet cables, energy lines, and maritime zones. Ireland is supposed to be a military neutral, but neutrality is not the same as naivety. We are a strategic target, folks, home to data centres, transatlantic cables, and EU communications. Where is the government's response? Where is the plan to protect our sovereignty and our seas? And why are we hearing about this from media instead of our leaders? Our coastline is not a playground for foreign powers. Ireland must defend its waters, cables and national security, not sleepwalk into vulnerability. Day 38 of the national food emergency. 2 people are dead. The silence continues. Now it has been 38 days since the national food emergency was declared, and still the Food Safety Authority of Ireland remains silent on the listeria poisoning deaths. We are demanding answers. We are demanding truth. We are demanding accountability. Today, another Category 1 recall has been issued, this time for a batch of giant tree salt bean curd cubes in brine with chilli with sesame oil, imported from China due to contamination, a dangerous bacterium that can survive cooking and cause serious vomiting and diarrhea illness. At the same time, the Garden of Eden baby spinach and mixed leaf baby leaf products contaminated with listeria continue to raise alarms. The same deadly pathogen already linked in 2 tragic deaths. Yet, no public statement, no reassurance, no investigation update, and no evidence has been provided to show that this real threat has ended. Are more contaminated products still on the shelves, I ask? Have the supply chains been traced and cleared? Have consumers been properly warned? Families deserve answers, not silence. Mothers shopping for their children deserve trust, not fear. Ireland deserves a food authority that acts and not hides. We call on the Food Safety Authority, the Department of Health and the Government of Ireland to immediately release all findings related to the listeria-linked deaths, publish test results and traceability dates, confirm whether future recalls are necessary, and provide a full public health update and compensation to ensure no more lives are at risk. This is a matter of life and death. 2 lives have been already lost. We need answers, and we need them now. Threats against James Glazier on his 47th day campaign outside Pepper Advantage in Shannon. I have been informed by James Glazier that he has recently received a letter from Evershed's solicitors acting for Pepper Finance Corporation, which he considers to be threatening and intimidated in nature. The letter demands that he stops posting on social media, stops phoning and stops attending their offices, and insists he provides written confirmation within 7 days or face legal action. James believes this letter amounts to an attempt to silence him and intimidate him and harass him for publicly speaking about his personal experience with Pepper Finance Advantage and his ongoing legal battle regarding his family home. Let it be crystal clear. Every citizen has a constitutional right to freedom of expression, especially when speaking truthfully about their lived experience. Attempts to suppress public speech through legal threats are deeply concerning, folks, and raises serious questions about accountability and fairness. James will not be silenced by fear. We stand firmly with James in his right to speak, seek justice and defend his home. This is not just about one man. It reflects the wider struggle of Irish homeowners dealing with vulture funds and aggressive legal tactics. Transparency, respect and public scrutiny are essential. No one should face intimidation for telling the truth. You've got your finger right on the pulse when this happens. We Irish people have had enough of these vulture funds, this cobbled together Irish government, And we are now waiting for the wild geese to return because we, folks, are taking our country back. Gura Míle Maith agaibh.